everybody, so today we are at the Francis Marion University Performing Arts Center in downtown Florence, which is said to be the gem of the PD. We're going to take a little tour with the director of the PAC, so let's go meet him.
So this is the Francis Marion University Performing Arts Center. It opened in 2011. It's a collaborative effort with all these groups up here. Of course, Francis Marion University, the City of Florence, and the Doctors Bruce and Lee Foundation all came together and built this building. Cost approximately $34 million, has 66,000 square feet, and it's a community treasure for the town of Florence and the community and the PD. So one of the interesting things about the architecture is you can see there's a great deal of stone and marble in this building, and this is granite from the Winsboro, South Carolina granite quarry, some of the last that was ever pulled out of that quarry. But more interestingly to me is this Cherokee white marble, which, as you can see, some of it's curved, some of it is kind of jagged, and what they have done is they use repurposed cemetery gravestones. So it's not real cemetery tombstones? Well, it is, but it hasn't been used. That's correct. Okay. It was never used in anybody's cemeteries. Now, the foundation that you were talking about, the Bruce and Lee, what is that? Bruce and Lee Foundation is a philanthropic group. They've taken a lot of resources and used it to build buildings and places here in Florence, such as the Florence County Museum, the Bruce and Lee Foundation Library, and this building. Very supportive of whatever we do in downtown Florence. They have helped transform Florence from what it used to be to what it's now. Wow. Which is pretty cool. So tell us about these cool lights. So we call these our horn lights, and they're shaped in the form of something of a trumpet kind of shape. And the reason they're done that way is in honor of Dizzy Gillespie, another son of the PD, so to speak, from Cheraw, South Carolina. He was a famous jazz trumpeter. He would have been 100 years old if he were still alive, I think, last year. And so they've kind of used that as part of the symbolism here in the building. You can also see it in the tile, where they've kind of created a fluted kind of shape. Oh, I see it. All right, can we go see the theater? Sure, let's go in. We'll go in right here? Perfect, yeah. Okay. So here we are in the main stage theater, which is our largest performance space. It seats 847 people. So one of the things I like about the theater is the combination of a classical look with big gold curtains with huge tassels, and a kind of a modernistic kind of look with walls that look almost like steel, and some great wood features as well, which kind of makes it a very unique experience to come into this theater. And you can tell it also really interestingly looks so much different from the lobbies that we've been in. Very different. With all the stonework. Right. There is a stark contrast, but it's a very artistic feel, which I love. Right. Performers that play here and perform here are amazed at how great this thing sounds. Recently we had the Temptations here, the famous Motown group. And they came off stage, and yeah, me too. and they came off stage, and they were pretty astonished at how wonderful it sounded. Yeah. Matter of fact, if you look right here on the floor, this is where their microphones were. Here on the. That is so cool. We haven't taken that up yet. I'm gonna go and touch all of these, so I can stand where the Temptations were. We can do a little bit of everything here at this building. There's nothing that limits us about this stage and this theater. We can do full-scale Broadway if we want. So one of the really neat features of this building is this movable one-piece orchestra shell. There's only 2 of them like this in the whole country. Wow. And right now it's in its upstage position and its stored position. So for a concert, though, this whole thing moves all the way down to the edge of the audience. And just to give people kind of a visual, we are behind the main stage right now. Right, we're behind. So this is a ton of room that's back behind the stage. That's correct. And when this is in place, we're standing pretty much where that back wall ends up being. That's amazing. Yeah. What a neat feature to have. And you were saying sometimes the symphony can kind of rehearse back here when something else is set up on the main stage. That's right. So if we have a show that we need to have set up on the main stage that's not a symphony, they can just do it in this same place. And it's just as if they were doing it down at their normal location. Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Bud, for letting us tour this amazing space. I mean, I had never been here, and I was shocked that this was here in downtown Florence. I mean, it's so impressive. Well, now you got to come back for some performances. I really do. Yeah, please do. I really do, I will. Thank you so much for taking the time to show us around. My pleasure. We'd like to thank Francis Marion University Performing Arts Center for showing us around today. If you want to find out the event schedule, you can head online to fmupac.org. Thanks for watching Living Local. We'll see you next time.